Welcome to Latinos Who Thrive, the podcast that celebrates the stories, achievements, and resilience of the vibrant Latino community. I'm your host, Victor Escalante, and I'm thrilled to be back with you, bringing you information that help you thrive in your career or business. Latinos have a rich cultural heritage and have contributed immensely to various fields in America, including art, literature, music, science, sports, and so much more. Yet the narratives of Latinos often go unheard. Overshadowed by stereotypes of marginalized voices, this podcast aims to change that. Latinos Who Thrive is a platform dedicated to highlighting the remarkable stories and accomplishments of Latinos from all walks of life. Each episode will delve into the personal journeys and experiences, inspiring individuals who have overcome obstacles, shattered barriers, and achieving great success. Whether you're an entrepreneur, artist, activist, educator, scientist, or community leader, we'll dive into these triumphs of our guests, challenges, and the wisdom they've gained along the way so that you don't have to make the same mistakes. Through candid conversations, we'll explore the unique perspectives, cultural values, and the incredible diversity that makes the Latino community so extraordinary. If you have been listening for a while, you begin to see that being a Latino and being immersed in your culture and in your language and your rich tradition can actually be a superpower. This podcast is not about showcasing individual achievements. It's about inspiring and empowering the next generation of Latino leaders. We want to encourage young minds to dream big, pursue their passions, and believe in their abilities to thrive in any field that they choose. Thank you for joining us today on this exciting journey. Make sure to subscribe to the Latinos Who Thrive podcast and don't forget to share it with your friends, family, and anyone who you believe would be benefited by the inspiring stories. By all means, leave us a review. We're going to start reading your reviews on the air so that others can be benefited from your comments. This week, we're changing things up because I want to talk to you about leadership. A topic that I spoke to an organization this week. While there are many authors and voices about leadership, I want to give you mine and share some of my personal experiences in what I consider leadership. In my experience, if you're a regular listener, I've read many biographies to understand the mindset and the formation of modern industry leaders, and I've applied myself to practice some of the principles of these titans of industry. Rule number 1. Effective leaders are happy. They are happy and they are happy to lead. If you have an unhappy leader, his style is going to be corrosive to the people that he leads. So if you are an aspiring leader, check yourself in. Check to see how happy you are. Be clear about what you are unhappy about so that you don't get any of your personal issues in the way that are bleeding into your style of leadership or management. Rule number 2, they have a laser focus on what their mission is. In their mind, they have a 3D representation of what the mission accomplished looks like, sounds like, and they have positive feelings associated to the end result in the present moment, not in the future, in the present moment, because they're so present oriented, they're moving towards a target that they know that they can reach. And if they find obstacles along the way, they're quick to pivot. Rule number 3, they're able to get others to buy into the vision and are great communicators and persuaders and influencers. They have learned that in order to get a team inspired and motivated, they must be able to acquire the competencies that are necessary to convey effectively the why so that everyone can buy in individually and collectively to be able to achieve that mission or that purpose that they're striving for. When JFK said, "We will put a man on the moon by such a date," or in less than a decade, if I remember correctly, he was very crystal clear about what NASA needed to do, and he marshaled and moved resources to be able to accomplish it. It's no wonder, because he was a great leader, that NASA was able to accomplish the mission on time or ahead of time because the great leadership and the people that he brought on board to be able to accomplish the mission. Rule number 4, they hold people to their individual assignments and empower their subordinates with tools, knowledge, and logistics to do an effective job. This is where servant leadership comes from. They hold people accountable, but they make sure that the person is qualified to do the task, giving them extensive training, all the necessary resources, all the necessary team support, and all the necessary logistics to get the job done. In my experience, I've led many teams over the years, and this is one of the things that I try to determine: how capable is the person to do the job? Even before they get started, I try to do an assessment of their skill set. And many times, as we dive into a project, I will rely on their opinion to ask them constantly if they think that they can do something. And even if they don't, sometimes I will push them to test the limits of what they think they can do. And many times they're surprised to know that they really could do something that was difficult in their mind, but they were able to accomplish it once they were challenged. And they stepped up to the challenge. Rule number 5, they manage and measure the progress to see how much progress they are making or not. They are quick to take corrective action without being abusive to the people that they lead. It's been said that it takes years to build a relationship, and this can be destroyed in an instant. Effective leaders are sensitive to others' feelings. Rule number 6, they coach and are generous for praise and credit for individual accomplishments. If you are ready to step up and be a great leader, you must have public speaking skills. And I'm starting a 6-week training program starting June the 17th to immerse you in the mechanics and the mindset to be a great speaker. I completed the Dale Carnegie School of Public Speaking years ago, and I liked it so much that I was selected to be a graduate student instructor, and it changed my life. I'm going to give you the latest techniques for you to have self-command that comes from positive intelligence, neuro-linguistic programming, and hypnosis. On stage, you can be charming, provocative, persuasive, and entertaining. This is the secret sauce that helped me to succeed in radio broadcasting. So be sure to check out the completed description in the show notes. And that's it for today, my friends. Go out and have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week with another special guest. So long.